Hey Cancer, this is your reading for the month of April 2021. I like to start these out with a vision, letting you know the vision I got in my meditation time beforehand, and then jump into the tarot and then oracle cards as guided from there. As far as the vision for you guys, what I got was it was like a big ball, like almost like the size of a beach ball that you're rolling down, or maybe bigger, I guess, because a beach ball would be a lot smaller. So yeah, a big beach ball, big ball that you're rolling and kind of just rolling out, either rolling out or rolling up. I'm not sure. Like you're rolling into somewhere, out of somewhere. It could be important, so I'm gonna say it, but it could also not be. Sometimes when I'm getting these visions in the beginning, before they actually like fully take form, I'm seeing things as different ways. And at first, it was what I was seeing the ball as was like a pea, like the vegetable, like a green pea, and that's what it was. And then it turned into that. So that could be important, or it could just be because my vision was still forming. But yeah, so you're rolling something out. It feels like you're rolling something out of somewhere, or getting to business and just like rolling it because like it's less work than to carry it. So you just roll it out. It's almost like, I can't remember, was it the Oompa Loompas in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? How one of the, I think it was Violet, the purple one, the one that ate the purple thing. I don't remember. Anyways, they like roll her out of there. So that's basically what it was. Like it would be harder to carry it versus just roll it out. So I don't know. But we'll see what the cards show from here. I am going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot. This is the mini version though, so. Spirit, God, Universe, what message do you have for Cancer for the month of April, especially in regards to that vision? Messages for Cancer for the month of April. What does Cancer need to hear? And I don't read reversals. So, does Cancer need to hear? Ah. I'm just gonna go, actually, let's cut it first. Four cards. So the Star, Two of Cups, Ten of Wands, and Five of Pentacles. So right off the bat, the Star, it's a matter of hope and following things you might have been shown in the past, following your intuition, not intuition, but just basically good omens, good signs. Like it's funny, she's got that and she's doing that, and it's like she's connecting the energies. She's working together. It's not separate. Like she's the mediator almost. And that's kind of what happens when you have hope and you're following good omens and stuff and things that you've been shown is going to happen, and you're trusting that. You become the mediator between what's not happening and then what is happening. So it like all works together, if that makes sense. It's funny though, the cat is looking at the fish, so they're just as hopeful and just as like have a goal in that way. Two of Cups, so some of you may be dealing with a new relationship or a connection. Oh, that's cute. They're sharing a fish too down there. So they're sharing glass and then they're sharing a fish. So also, I mean, a lot of these cards, there's usually a cat mimicking, but there could be Yeah, especially with the hope card, there could be a thing where you're looking at this is what you want and this is what you see in the future, or that what you've been shown, yet you're here, or like, you know, you're aspiring or you're following in footsteps. And whether that's footsteps of somebody else, footsteps of love that you've seen in your life, or footsteps of your, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, footsteps someone else, footsteps yourself, what you've wanted, or footsteps what you've been shown. Then the Ten of Wands, the thing with the Ten of Wands is, yeah, she's got it all, and it's a completion situation, but it's a completion to where at that point, you know, unless you delegate that work, unless you share the work, it's going to be too much of a burden for you. So you might have it and you might have gotten that responsibility, but now you have the responsibility of using the wisdom, of having the wisdom to share it and to let go and allow and trust others to help you out with it. And Five of Pentacles is usually a matter of, it's like a beggar card. It can be, you know, where it's the heart of, you know, knowing when to ask and be open about being in need. But it's also, there's a humility here too, because they have to, they're in the snow, they're begging, but literally like, it's almost like it's written all over their faces how much they need it, if that makes sense. Like, I really get a sense of, for some of you, this card is really about like coming to terms with actually being in need and needing help. And that can be, you know, Pentacles' actual, you know, financial situation, or it can be just needing help in general. Sorry, I'm going to move this over so I'm not creating all these shadows. Yeah, that should be good. So, but one thing I do see, I feel like this is flanking this. So there's this hope of this is what's happening, and this is what, not what's happening, but this is what you've been promised. And this is also showing like this is like an aspiration. Whether you're doing that in your own relationship right now as to like trying to make your current one like past ones that you've always wanted, or, you know, putting that kind of in a way pressure, because then the other thing that happens here is you have this pressure to do this. And the thing is it doesn't just take one to make a relationship. Like, a good team relationship is not just one person doing all the work. So it's a matter of delegating, or a matter of speaking up and saying when you need help. And that's even beautiful. That's not just, oh, well, I don't want to bother the other person, or, oh, that's too much of a burden to them. No, when you give somebody you're romantically involved with, when you give them the chance to help you, you're literally becoming vulnerable and allowing them to show their love so that they can actually operate in that love, and they can grow in themselves and see how much they can do. So like, it really, like, it blesses them with that opportunity to love you. It's not like this, oh, I don't want to be a burden and I don't want you to have to care about me or care for me. Because I really feel like that's what you're doing. You're seeking this, but you're like, you've got this, that's why you're seeking it. But then this is what you're going at it with. And this is what you're coming short with. You feel like a beggar. You feel like in this relationship situation and this connection, you feel like a beggar. Or like in the vision, it's like the thing might be too heavy or too big, the ball, and you're just rolling it out. But the thing is you're not made in a relationship. You're not made, unless the other person is in need and is in a situation, you're not made to roll the other person out, to carry all the weight yourself, or to be the one not delegating, but directing that. Like, you go together. And so a lot of times part of it too, for some of you, like the other person that you're dealing with, partner, whatever, most likely, I mean, this could be any situation. Some of you, this is a relationship. Some of you, can be a business situation of the ideal business partnership, you know, and this is where you're at. It's multiple different things. But for those of you in a relationship situation, sometimes the more you've taken on yourself and been this, the less the other person has felt they need to do anything. And they've become more of a dead weight. They've become more the one that you just need to roll out because they won't move themselves. So really, it's a matter of coming to terms and being honest with yourself that you're in a need and you need help. And maybe, like I said, maybe part of it might be your fault that you didn't speak up before, you were afraid to speak up before, and now like it's just culminated, it's just added up to where now like it's hard to get them to do anything, or to see that you're in need, or to see that this is really hard on you, you know. Trying to see if there's anything else. I find it funny how she's holding the light out this way, but like they're right here, like you hold the light in front of you, but in reality it feels like that light is lighting that cat's path more than anything first. Like that's what I feel. And it's funny because so a lot of times you might feel like while you're doing that, while you're helping and while you're being the strong one in the relationship, like you're just helping the other person. You might really feel like, and it's really not though. That's the thing, is if the person you're with, it's either they're a dead weight because they've just, you know, that's what they've chosen to do, or you've never shown them that you've ever been in need and you've ever needed anything else. So they haven't even felt the need to be anything more than a dead weight. So a lot of times, like, you may feel like you're lighting up the path for the other person, making things easy for them so they don't have to fall, so they don't have to go through the hardships and stuff. And some of you, this might also be, mostly it's, I believe, relational, but some of you could be a parenting situation too, where you're carrying so much, and then wondering, why is my kid just like super lazy and not doing anything and not growing and not learning anything for themselves? And it's a matter because you've lit the light, you've held the light over them so much that they don't even think they need light anymore. They just think that whenever they walk, it'll automatically be light wherever they are. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't need to seek out and be wise about where they go. No, everything will be lit up for them. So that's really like, yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing. And you've come to the conclusion in the past, at least so far, that not conclusion, but you've been not satisfied, but you've told yourself you're satisfied, or it's okay, you can handle it, just rolling the other person out, like rolling the other person into different things or wherever, because they've just not held up not their end, but you know what I mean. And like I said, some of you, this is because this is the habits, this is the pattern you've shown them is okay, and you have never shown that you're in need of a partner, an equal partner. And then some of you, it's just because, yeah, that's who they are, and you've just done that. Yeah. So, Spirit, God, Universe, what messages does Cancer need to hear in regards to this message and the vision for the month of April? What does Cancer need to hear for the month of April? What does Cancer need to hear for the month of April? I'm just going to pull one right now. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? You know what's really funny is this looks like a similar pathway. I mean, I know this is all, I think it's all water right here, but this is like a similar pathway to this card. So it's like, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Well, she looks kind of needy too. Like, she's just sitting there. She's bored seeming looking, but regardless, she's looking over. She's realizing that where she is and where she wants to be are two different places. So she's looking over here and she's looking that way. So it's like, I feel like that's saying, like, your soul is like literally answer like the call, that if your soul is calling you to say, hey, look, I kind of need help in this area, or, you know, I'd like an equal teammate in this, you know, you need to speak up, because you can't complain or you can't be upset with the other person. I mean, this isn't the reason, but some of you might be dealing with that you might be upset with the other person, that they're allowing you to take on this much. They're allowing you to feel this much pressure and be trying to make this perfect connection, perfect relationship, perfect partnership all on your own. But you haven't ever spoken up, some of you. Some of you, you're just literally looking and expecting things to change. But when it's a partnership situation, like, if you just always look like, hey, I got this on my own, and I'm doing this, I have so much hope, all that, but you haven't come to this place, at least speaking out to say you're in need, then that's, yeah. It's literally, it says, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? It's like, answer your soul's call. Instead of being like, inside, you're like, okay, I need so much help. I need help in this. This is really hard for me. And then on the outside, you're like, okay, yeah, we're good. Everything's good. It's like, well, what do you do? When you do that, you tell your soul, shut up. We got this, in order to put on that face. And that's kind of literally saying, like, answer the call. Like, you can't expect anyone else to answer the call and to stand up for you, or to stand up for being, an equal teammate with you, if you're not even willing to stand up for you. If you're not willing to even communicate that that's kind of something you need and something you want. So I hope that resonates for you. If not, either way, I hope it resonates. You hear this message when you're supposed to, and right when you're able to receive it. And also, sometimes these things happen to where you get the message and you don't automatically receive it, or some of it might resonate, some of it won't. Take what does, leave the rest. But yeah, all in all, my intention is just that this help guide you in whatever path you're in right now, help encourage you, and that you get this when it resonates. So even if you get this a month from now, 2 months from now, that's cool. That means that's when you're supposed to get it, and that's when you'll hear it. But yeah, so as always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how everything fit for you, how it resonated, what you thought. And I will see you next time.